Good morning, everyone out there in YouTube land. It's Emily, your everyday light worker, and today I'm here to talk about careers and jobs and what they're like during late stage capitalism. And to be brief about it, they're difficult. They're nothing nice. So let's get into it. What is late stage capitalism? Well, late stage capitalism is the stage of capitalism that we're in right now in America. So it's like capitalism had a start that was like the late 1700s, um, and America really got in on that about the same time. It's this idea, well, everyone knows what capitalism. It's this idea of free enterprise. You start these companies, the best company is going to rise to the top. Free enterprise, competition, laissez-faire. If you're not clear on any of what those concepts are, I don't know what to tell you, just Google them. But that concept has evolved over the centuries, over the years, and it's kind of reached its end. And what is meant by that is that companies and corporations in America have gone as far as they can with regard to squeezing profits out of from what they do, to the point that it's getting really corrupt. It's getting really insane. We've got really poor products being sold for a lot of money, and you have shareholders profits being huge, and you have workers being exploited in every kind of stage imaginable. So, for example, with the fast food restaurants, you have a lot of times wage theft, which is that the workers in those industries are supposed to be paid a certain wage. I don't know what it is, maybe minimum wage. But really, these corporations pay less than minimum wage because they'll have them working 12-hour shifts and paying them 8 hours. That's called wage theft. It happens a lot. And the Department of Labor is supposed to check that in America, but rarely do they. So you have that kind of thing happening in late stage capitalism, and you have it happening a lot because there's so much pressure for corporations to make all of these profits for their shareholders, who are usually extremely wealthy people. So make more and more money for extremely wealthy people any way you can. And if that means you have to exploit the workers, well, then so be it. Just get the shareholders' prices up any way you can. So that is a big part of what is examined in Succession. Not really a big part. I mean, it's a very complex family drama. Some people call it a satire. I wouldn't really call it so much a satire, but I guess so. But it's a drama. It's a tragedy, and it's about this family, this very wealthy family, and they're huge. They're mega conglomerate corporation that they own shares in, and what they are trying to do to get as much money from it as they can. And a lot of times, what they're doing is not kosher. It's not on the up and up. So we're going to listen to this clip, and I'm going to link it below. And just to let you know what this clip is about, it's about the CEO of this huge family corporation. And he has just recently gotten this position. He's always been in the corporation. His name is Kendall. He just got the position. He's always, been in this position. I mean, he's always been in this corporation, but not always in this position. And so when his assistant sees a lot of the really unethical, shady things that she's doing, she's going to resign from the position, because that puts her in jeopardy. Because if you are associated with someone in a corporation that's doing a lot of illegal things, there's a chance you could get thrown under the bus for it. So she's looking to get out of her position. She's trying to exit gracefully, but Kendall, the CEO, is not really having that. So let's listen to how this plays out.
What's this? What's this meet with you?
Oh, don't worry about that.
Okay, well, let's bump that.
Yeah.
So what is it? What is this?
Yeah, shall we just do it when we do it?
Wait, what is it?
I just want to talk about my, situation.
Okay, sure. What about your
Ken,
situation?
this is a big day. I don't want to do this today.
No, well, now I'm thinking like all kinds of things. So, come on, what?
Well, you have always been so supportive of me and my aims and ambitions, and I really appreciate that. So I'm sure that you can understand that it might be a good time for me to move on to another position.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Fine. Fine. Of course you can.
Great. Yeah, and we can chat more about it when we.
Can I ask why?
Yeah, it just feels like time, no?
Is this about Mencken?
Well, I've been thinking about it for a while, so.
Fine.
Sorry.
Yeah. I just have to say, like, it's kind of ridiculous, Jess. Though, I mean, if you feel sorry about it, maybe you should reconsider.
I just think that it's time.
I'm sorry, but I've given you extraordinary access. Where else are you going to get that? Nowhere. I'm telling you, you're going to get that nowhere. You have no idea how things will turn out, and it's very juvenile. It's fucking dumb. You're being dumb. Everybody's being fucking dumb.
Okay, sorry I feel that way, Kendall.
Nice timing, Jess. Lovely day to tell me. Really thoughtful.
Okay, so I'm going to link the clip to that below so you can look at the clip to see how that went down. But the point is that she didn't do anything wrong. She was a consummate professional always. She always did everything correct for her boss, who ended up being the CEO. That was a very recent thing. But she was an executive assistant regardless. He was an executive. She was his assistant. And when she saw that he was doing, all this weird and shady stuff, she's like, I don't want to get caught up in this. I think it's time for me to leave. And so it's a call that a lot of people are having to make regarding their jobs, especially if they're if they're in those upper echelons. When you're close to the executive level, you are likely going to see a lot of things that are kind of shady, and you have to make that decision. Do I go along with all the stuff that I think is shady, or do I find myself another position somewhere else, because I don't want to get caught up in the shadiness. I don't want to have to be faced with, going to jail. And with this corporation, this particular fictional corporation, a lot of people have been in that position of, oh no, I think I'm going to have to go to jail because I did these things to cover up things that were illegal, things that were unethical. So that is what is going on here. Now, when you're when you're working in these kinds of organizations and you see something shady, it's a decision that you have to make. Are you going to go along with it and know that there are risks involved with that? Or are you going to do what this character Jess did? Be like, okay, it's getting kind of crazy. I think maybe I should leave because I don't want to get caught up in this. Ethical people, professional people do leave. Money hungry people, greedy people stay and try to fight it out for as long as they can, or deal with the unethical issues for as long as they can. And it's difficult. We're in a time in history where, making that call is difficult because a lot of places are becoming pretty corrupt. So even if you were to leave the one place, could you find another place that you could be that's not corrupt? That's the issue. So, you know, it's not an easy call to make. The next video we're going to take a look at is what things are like on the bottom. Again, from the same show, Succession, because it was all about the world of work, late stage capitalism, and what your choices are as a worker. And it's not a show about workers. It's a show about people who are at the very top and how they treat workers. And if you see the show, the answer is horribly. So, you know, it gives you a bird's eye view of what the world of work is like during late stage capitalism. You only see little bits and pieces of it every now and again, but what you see is pretty horrible. All right. Emily, the Everyday Light Worker, signing off.